You're watching Auto News Now. I'm Kristen Strakalaitis. On today's episode, Jamie Butters, host of the Daily Drive podcast, sat down with automotive news reporter CJ Moore. They talked about Carvana and troubles at other used retailers brought on by high inflation, interest rates, and other factors.
CJ Moore, welcome to Daily Drive.
Hi, Jamie. Thanks for having me.
It's been a really busy week on the used car beat, and so much of the action has been with Carvana. What's going on?
Yeah, so Carvana, for one, had a really busy week. They actually laid off 2,500 employees. That's about 12% of their workforce. And that comes after they had a pretty disappointing first quarter. They also just this week finalized their transaction of ADESA US, a large auction network, here in the United States. They, hope that acquisition will help them do what they've been trying to do for the last couple of quarters, and that's have the real estate needed to recondition and get ready for sale way more vehicles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just published the top used car dealership list, and Carvana was growing fast. They're number two, at just under 500,000 vehicles a year, while CarMax is number one at 1 million. But this ADESA deal could give them the capacity to grow to like 2 million a year, which could be kind of a game changer in the used vehicle space.
Yeah, I was reading their earnings report, their Q1 earnings report just earlier today, and in addition, to the 1 million vehicles that they already, say they're able to produce, they're hoping that this acquisition of ADESA US will give them the ability to, add 2 million more vehicles per year. So 3 million in total when all is said and done.
Wow, that would be really a profoundly bring a profound change to the shape of the industry. But these job cuts, with the company growing like it's been, that must have really whipsawed them. They must have felt kind of blindsided, like, everything's been growing. They earned a small profit one quarter last year. The CEO just gave them all some of his stock. And then boom, here go one in 8 workers shown the door.
Yeah, Carvana was doing really well, last year, especially in August when it saw its stock price really kind of soar. And then, the first quarter of this year hits and they're facing, quite a few headwinds, that they might not have, really anticipated. So high inflation, and, higher interest rates as well. And they actually said that, is more than likely going to, like, they're anticipating that it'll affect demand, in the next year.
Yeah, I think you were saying some of the estimates are that used vehicle sales in recent months have been down by double digits. And it seems like these, retailers, they're supposed to buy low and sell high, but the wholesale prices, the prices at auctions remain very high, near record highs. And yet consumer demand is being undermined by rising inflation, especially on gasoline, which people tend to think more about when they're in the car market. It was a sudden turn for them and for the whole industry.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Wholesale prices remain elevated year over year for sure. And, especially the online used vehicle retailers who saw a bump in, customer and investor interest, during the pandemic. Some of that, interest in that demand might be cooling off a little bit.
Yeah, I think we've seen a lot on Wall Street with online retailers really having their stocks pummeled. Of course, as more during the pandemic, a lot of people were stuck at home and they were spending money buying things and having them delivered. And now people are spending more of their money out and about doing things, in the physical world. Plus their dollars don't go as far with inflation being high. So all the online retailers have been, really punished even more than the other companies in the stock market. And I think at the same time too, the entrenched, the established dealers have really responded to the competition they've gotten. They've improved, not all of them, but a lot of them have improved their online offerings. They show more of their vehicles available. We've got the major brands or the major automakers trying to get in on the used vehicle online selling, with GM with Car Bravo and other efforts like that. It's the world got a lot tougher on these guys.
Thanks for tuning in. Listen now to Jamie's full interview and the day's headlines on the Daily Drive podcast, available on all podcasting platforms. Have a great day.